everyone, it's Angela at Angela's Southern Comfort Dishes and Seasonings. Okay, so the Labor Day weekend is here upon us, and a lot of us, if you're like me, one of my favorite dishes is macaroni and cheese. And many may not know how to make macaroni and cheese from scratch, and many may cook, boxed macaroni and cheese. I want to show you how to make your boxed macaroni and cheese taste homemade. Okay, it doesn't require a lot of ingredients from you. It's very simple and easy. Okay, I have my stove set on medium high on number 5, getting that stove hot on top. Okay, I'm going to show you what you would need to take your boxed macaroni and cheese to the next level to make it taste homemade. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we have a big pot here, a 5-quart pot, and I've already filled it with warm water. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the stove right now. The stove is hot. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our stove on high and the water is starting to boil, I want to show you what we're doing. So we have 3 eggs that we will crack later on. Once our noodles get done in the drain, we'll crack our 3 eggs. Okay, so the macaroni and cheese I love to use sometimes is the 4 cheese by Kraft. Okay, so what you would do, or whatever Kraft macaroni and cheese you cook for your guests, okay, that you would prefer, it's your preference. Well, what we have here is 3 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese, 4 cheeses. Okay, that's what we have here. All right, next what you would do is, like I said, you have your 3 eggs. Okay, you would have 2 sticks of butter. Okay, I have 4 in here, but we're not going to use 4, so we use like a stick and a half. Okay, put this to the side. So these other 2 sticks will be for something else later on. So you'd have your 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese. You'll have a stick and a half of butter. You have your eggs. You have your black pepper. The reason why I don't have salt out here is because cheese has a lot of salt in it. And you don't want to overpower your macaroni and cheese and have it salty. So I have a bag of Colby Jack cheese. And this is an 8-ounce bag. I have my Mexican style cheese. I have my mild cheddar cheese. I have my medium cheddar cheese. And I have my sharp cheddar cheese. Okay. So all you have to do, first of all, is salt your water. You want to salt your water, okay? Let me bring you up here. You want to be sure to salt your waters that you're boiling your pasta in. You want to make sure that that pasta has flavor while it's cooking, okay? Now, you want to make sure that your noodles do not cook all the way. Your macaroni noodles, you don't want them to cook all the way. You want them to be al dente, okay? A little bit firm, okay? So when they become a little al dente, what you want to do is drain your noodles in the colander, okay? And then once your noodles are drained in the colander and you're going to prepare your macaroni and cheese in a 9x13 baking dish or whatever size pan you're cooking them in, you're going to pour your noodles over into that pan. And I'll show you that demonstration here in just a little bit. And once we pour our noodles over in our baking dish, then we'll go ahead and add our stick and a half of butter, or crack 3 eggs and beat them really well and add that. Also, I forgot to show you the canned milk. We're going to add a can of milk. And I always use 1 can of milk, evaporated milk, and also 1 cup of regular milk, whole milk, okay? And then you would mix in your cheeses and your black pepper and your butter and honey. You go ahead and mix that really, really well, and you put that on in the oven and let that cook on 350 until it starts to become bubbly around the sides. You know, it's brown, a little light brown. Macaroni cheese is well done on top. I will show you that demonstration later. You always know when your macaroni and cheese is done when it's crisp around the edges. Okay, it's very crisp around the edges and it's lightly browned on top. And you can see that ooey gooey cheese is melting and it's just going all through. Okay, so I'll come back later on and show you everything step by step once the macaroni noodles are done. Okay, so I'll pause till now and I'll come back later. Okay, see you soon. Hello everyone, it's Angela at Angela's Southern Comfort Dishes and Seasonings. Okay, so our macaroni noodles are done. I've drained them in the colander, and the baking dish that I have, I've sprayed it with non-stick baking spray because sometimes when we're cooking different dishes, the dish tends to stick to the side of the pan. So I wanted to show you that I use Baker's Joy for my dish, for my pan, to cook my macaroni noodles. So I just sprayed a little bit in here. Next, I'm going to pull over my noodles and we're going to get started. So give me one moment. Okay, so here are our pasta noodles. We're going to go ahead and begin to add them. They're very hot. Okay. Let me tilt the camera here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Let me see. May have a little bit too much. So we're gonna sit these to the side. I'll get just a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna sit these to the side on the stove until we get ready. Okay, see that they're nice and hot. So now what I like to do while my noodles are nice and hot, I like to go ahead and add my butter. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add a stick of butter. And let that butter melt and distribute along the noodles. And so I don't need 2 whole sticks of butter. I'll use like half a stick. And the reason why is I actually cooked 3 boxes of macaroni noodles for this demonstration to show you all, okay? Oh, Lordy, have mercy, don't let that fall. Okay, so there we go. It's best to incorporate your butter, I feel, I always do, while your noodles are nice and hot. Okay? Just let that butter go ahead and melt. Alright. It's alright. You might want to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to use that rest of that half. Like I said, I did cook 3 boxes. Okay, boom, there we go. Always keep, my mother and my grandmother always kept a bag near them when they're cooking, so you can just put your trash in it, and then you can go ahead and take out your trash once you're done cooking. Okay. All right. So now that we've done that, okay. Right. You see how our butter is nicely melting? That's what we want. I always do this when my noodles are hot. Go ahead and get that buttery flavor through those noodles. All right, so now that we got that, excuse me, one moment, I'm sorry. All right, so now that we've done that, next, what I like to do is I have 3 large eggs, okay, that I've cracked. So what I like to do is go ahead and beat those eggs real good. I learned a trick years ago, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I love watching the Food Network channel, and I saw Emeril Lagasse on there, and he was making macaroni and cheese. He was doing a demonstration. And, you know, I learned that when he said he uses a teaspoon of mustard in his macaroni and cheese to enhance the flavor of the cheese. Never heard of that. Never saw my mother, my grandmother, or any of my husband. I was like, who puts that in there? And he said, trust me. He said on there, he said, trust me. It'll give your macaroni and cheese a better flavor. Let me set this aside in the sink. He said it'll give your macaroni and cheese a better flavor. It enhances that cheese flavor. So now, I do that with my macaroni and cheese. Try that whenever you're cooking macaroni and cheese, just a teaspoon. It enhances the cheese flavor in your macaroni and cheese, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, let me get that out the refrigerator, because that is something I forgot. Let me get that right quick, excuse me. Okay, here. So what we're gonna do, we have our mustard, our yellow mustard. We're just gonna, oh Lord, eyeball it like a teaspoon. Okay, just gonna eyeball a teaspoon of it. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is just distribute that mustard through there. Okay, next, you know the packets that come inside of your Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. Like I said, this is a demonstration of Kraft Macaroni and Cheese to show you how you can take that box macaroni and cheese and make it taste homemade. So next, this is what we're gonna do. I've already cut open my packs of cheese, okay? So I'm gonna show you how we do this now. Go ahead and squeeze your cheese out. You wanna do this while your noodles are done. See that? Okay. And how I make mine fall out like that is when my noodles are boiling, I put them in the freezer. See how they slide out just perfect like that? I put them in the freezer. They're not frozen. I just let them get a little firm. See there? That's what you want, just like that. All right? Let that cheese go ahead and get through there, honey. Angela's about to show you a little trick. Many times people buy macaroni and cheese and cook it on the stove and say, dinner done. No, honey, it ain't done. I'm going to show you how you can jazz up that macaroni and cheese and make it taste homemade, okay? Watch me. So we've incorporated our 3 eggs. We beat those well good. We put that in here. We put about a teaspoon of mustard. It's going to enhance that cheese flavor, okay? So then we got our mustard. We got our cheese that came in the box with the Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. Okay, we got a teaspoon of mustard in there. Now, the reason why I do not add salt to my macaroni and cheese is because cheese has a lot of salt in it, okay? And I don't like all that saltiness, and plus I have high blood pressure, and so does my husband. So you have to be very careful when you keep using a lot of these ingredients that have all that sodium in it, okay? All right, amen. Okay, once I show you this, honey, you're gonna do this and you're gonna love it, trust me. You're gonna say, oh, I didn't know I can do that with boxed macaroni and cheese, honey. Yes, you can. Give me a little napkin there to clean up the area. That little noodle fell out. Okay, cool beans. Okay, next we have some Mexican style cheese. Now, I have a few packs. I have Mexican out, I have medium, I have mild, I have Kobe Jack, and I have sharp. Now, I'm not gonna use all of them, so I'm trying to debate which one I want to use. I usually use 4 to 5 different cheeses, but we're not gonna do all of them today. So I'm just gonna jump start here with the Mexican blend. Watch what I'll show you. And you want just a little bit. All right, so we got some Mexican blend, and that's about half of the bag. All right, so I think I want some sharp in mine. Let me get some kitchen scissors. These bags are stubborn, they're not opening. Come on, scissors. All right, so next we have us some sharp cheese. If the bag will open. Bingo. I love sharp cheese. I'm a sharp cheese lover. So we're gonna use this whole bag, amen? All right, there we go. Throw that bag away. So now we got half a Mexican style. We got some sharp. And what else I wanna use? I think I'm gonna use some Kobe Jack today. Okay? You use whatever cheese is your preference to use. I'm showing you how I do it. These demonstrations to show you how you can make it taste homemade, okay? So we're not gonna use all this Kobe Jack. We're gonna use about half, okay? Okay, so that's half. So next, let's continue to stir, because next we're gonna add our canned milk. Now, the reason why we use canned milk is one, my aunts and mother and grandmother always use canned milk. It makes it creamier, and it gives it a better flavor. Better flavor, okay? Much richer. You get a much richer macaroni and cheese, trust me. All right? Be sure to always shake your canned milk. And the first thing you do before you use canned milk is always get a clean piece of paper towel. Get you some lukewarm water, rinse off the top of it. You don't know who's been touching these cans of milk in the store, you know, when people are grocery shopping, just as you and I do. So always rinse off the top of your cans and wipe them down with a clean piece of paper towel, okay? All right, so now we got our macaroni and cheese in there. Watch this. We're gonna shake up our milk, okay? We're gonna shake up our milk because it's been sitting on the counter in the store, in the shelving, I mean. All right, so next we're gonna open our milk, and we're gonna use this milk. All right. You're gonna take that. Now I also have a cup of milk, regular milk, whole milk. So we're gonna take that. All right. All right, so that's evaporated milk. And this is a 12 full-ounce can of evaporated milk. All right. I'm telling you, you're gonna have you some rich, creamy macaroni and cheese, honey. You're gonna think grandma made that macaroni and cheese, honey, or mama made that macaroni and cheese, trust me. Don't you ever go back to the store and buy no macaroni and cheese and just say it's done. Don't do it. This is a way to jazz it up, honey, and take your macaroni and cheese to the next level. You hear me? Angela wants to share this trick with you. Take that boxed macaroni and cheese and make it taste homemade. Now listen, we're gonna add us some ground black pepper in there. How much, Angela? Well, we need enough to season, sweetheart. That's what we need. So I would say about two tablespoons. Honey, we just need to season. We don't need that much, okay? All right, next we have our regular whole milk. So we're gonna add that in here. Okay, just half a cup. And you just want this to get loose so you can stir it. Mix it really well. And you want this macaroni and cheese, honey, to be nice and rich. Honey, I guarantee you when this macaroni and cheese come out the oven, honey, you're gonna be happy. You'll be going back and forth eating this, honey, with those baked beans and them ribs you're cooking. And that nice old juicy burger, honey. If you haven't seen my burger recipe, go on my YouTube channel and check that out. You'll love it. Gives this a heck of a flavor. I give you my best recipe for a burger and how to get those flavors to marinate. Always when you're doing your burgers and your ribs or any meat that you're cooking, always season your meat the day before or get up early in the morning and prepare your meats. Cover them up with that, you know what I use, Reynolds nonstick foil, and set them back in the refrigerator and let them stand and get those flavors marinating until you're ready to cook, okay? All right. So now look at it. Look at that macaroni cheese. So now look, that was half a cup. We're gonna go ahead and top it on off, just like that. So you got a can of milk. You got 1 can of evaporated milk. You got a cup of whole milk. And look, if I can do this, you can do this. But the beauty part of it is when it comes out the oven, you're going to fall in love. You're gonna say, this tastes just like Big Mama macaroni and cheese, honey. Yes, you are. Say lay low on that salt. I mean, if you wish to put salt in it, I would not advise it because, like I said, cheese has a lot of salt in it, and you do not want that macaroni and cheese to be salty. Okay? All right. So now listen. I'm gonna go ahead and add up the rest of that Kobe because I just want to. It's calling my name. Now, when your macaroni and cheese come out, if you wish, some people do. Mama and Grandma did. They went on and sprinkle a little bit more on top. I don't because it has just enough flavor of cheese in there for me and my family. Everybody's different, okay? This is gonna be some cheesy, rich macaroni and cheese because that canned milk makes it creamier and rich, okay? So now my oven is on 350. I'm going to cook this on 350 in the oven, okay? Until it's done. How do you know it's done? It's bubbly around the edges and it's a little crispy, and you see that cheese on top of that macaroni and cheese. It's got a nice beautiful flavor, nice beautiful color, okay? Like an auburn color, like a little, rust color or whatever you want to call it, like Grandma did. Can't think of how to tell it to you, but it has a nice color on top. That's the best way I can tell you. Okay, so now we ready. We ready. This is all ready to go, sugar. You got it. Make sure you mix. Look at there. Wait till it come out this oven. You're going to love you some macaroni and cheese, honey. And look at there. We only use four different cheeses for this macaroni and cheese. Okay. You had your sharp, you've had your Kobe, you've had your mild, you've had your Mexican style, and Mama's ready to go, honey. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Share this video on your pages. Please share it with your friends, family, church member, co-workers. Share it with the world, honey. I would not mind. I would love you and thank you in advance for it, okay? So now what we're going to do is go ahead and slide this in the oven, like I said, on 350. And once it's done, I'll come back and show you the final product, okay? All right. I thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful, enjoyable holiday and stay safe. And I'll see you soon as this macaroni and cheese come out in about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Okay? I'll pause for now. Hello everyone, it's Angela again at Angela's Southern Comfort Dishes and Seasonings. Okay, so I did a demonstration earlier to show you guys how you can take your Kraft box macaroni and cheese and make it taste like homemade. So now the macaroni and cheese is out of the oven, just came out of the oven. It is sparkling hot. So let me show you how it is. Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon and I'm gonna show you just how creamy and rich this macaroni and cheese is. But you're really supposed to wait and let it settle for a while before serving, but I want you to see. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me get a spoon to show you guys just that. Let me show you the macaroni and cheese. Okay. Okay, there we are right there. That's the macaroni and cheese. Okay, and it's looking fantastic. It's looking fantastic. And I just want you to see this macaroni and cheese is hot. But I want to wait till it settles down to show you guys this macaroni and cheese, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on the dish for you so you can see it. It's very, very hot. And you want that golden crust on your macaroni and cheese. You want that crust. Yes, Lord. Get every bit of that, baby. Yes, it is very, see that? Smoking hot. So let me showed you the tricks. I hope you and your friends and your relatives, everyone have a safe and happy holiday and enjoy this remarkable macaroni and cheese. Until next time, I bring you another one of my Southern Comfort dishes. Take care of each other and love each other. Remarkable. Honey, I'm sorry, I gotta go ahead and take it on home for y'all. Have a good evening.